Comfort feels harmless. It feels earned. It feels safe. But comfort is not neutral. It is expensive. Very expensive. Most people don't stay broke because they lack intelligence. They stay broke because they optimize for comfort. And comfort quietly kills capital velocity. The trap isn't poverty. It's stability without progress. And once you understand this, you can't unsee it. Comfort is the absence of urgency. No pressure. No tension. No reason to move faster than yesterday. The human brain loves this state. It mistakes comfort for security. But wealth is not built in secure environments. Wealth is built in asymmetric situations, where the downside is controlled, but the upside compounds. Comfort removes that asymmetry. It keeps you inside predictable loops. Same income, same routines, same thinking. You are safe, but you are capped. And once you're capped, compounding has nothing to work with. That's the first psychological barrier most never cross, which leads to the next realization. Comfort trains you to avoid short-term pain, and wealth requires the opposite instinct. The wealthy tolerate friction. They delay relief. They accept instability early to buy leverage later. This is why high earners still feel broke. Their lifestyle expands faster than their capital. New income arrives, and comfort absorbs it instantly. Better apartment, better car, more subscriptions, more convenience. Capital velocity drops to zero. Money stops moving forward and starts circulating around pleasure. The comfort trap isn't about laziness. It's about misallocated relief. When money is used to remove discomfort instead of create leverage, growth stalls. And that brings us to the most dangerous illusion of all. Predictability. Predictable income feels responsible. Predictable routines feel mature. Predictable outcomes feel adult. But predictability is poison for exponential growth. The 1% don't chase predictability early. They chase optionality. They build skills that convert into leverage. They place asymmetric bets on themselves. They allow short-term chaos for long-term control. Comfort demands certainty before action. Wealth demands action before certainty. This is why comfort feels rational, but produces average results. Every breakthrough looks reckless to someone optimized for comfort, and that's why most people never take the leap, which reveals the next layer of the trap. Comfort rewires your risk perception. When your baseline needs are met, your brain exaggerates downside. Loss feels catastrophic, even when it's not. The wealthy recalibrate this. They don't eliminate risk. They redesign it. They reduce catastrophic downside, while increasing exposure to upside. This is asymmetric risk in its purest form. But comfort blunts this instinct. It makes small losses feel unbearable. It turns learning costs into emotional crises. So people stay put. They don't test ideas. They don't invest in skills. They don't make moves that could multiply capital. They protect comfort at the cost of leverage. And slowly, invisibly, time starts working against them. Which brings us to the compounding effect most people miss. Comfort delays compounding, not because compounding isn't happening, but because it's happening in the wrong direction. Habits compound. Decisions compound. Inaction compounds. A comfortable year feels harmless. 10 comfortable years is a financial ceiling. The wealthy understand this intuitively. They don't ask, is this comfortable? They ask, does this expand my future options? They tolerate friction today to buy freedom tomorrow. They sacrifice lifestyle to accelerate capital velocity, because they know something most people don't. Comfort is always more expensive later. And once you see this cost clearly, you can't justify staying still. Which leads to the final shift. Escaping the comfort trap doesn't mean suffering. It means intentional discomfort. Strategic discomfort. You don't remove comfort entirely. You ration it. You delay luxury. You delay ease. You delay validation. Not forever, but until leverage is built. This is the law the wealthy live by. Comfort is a reward, not a foundation. When comfort becomes the foundation, progress collapses. When leverage becomes the foundation, comfort arrives naturally. And when it does, it's sustainable. It doesn't threaten your future. It doesn't slow compounding. It doesn't kill urgency. It becomes a choice, not a trap. In the end, wealth is not about having more. It's about needing less. Until your capital can do the work for you. Comfort feels good today, but leverage feels good forever. And the people who understand this early never stay broke for long. If this video added value, consider subscribing for more content on wealth, mindset, and long-term thinking. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.